Listen, if there's a country in Africa and you're African that you shouldn't go to, it's South Africa. Right now, the level of xenophobia in South Africa is just unbelievable. So what is happening right now, just to be brief, is that South Africans, they think foreigners, citizens from other countries, they come into their country to take whatever opportunities that they have. Now they're chasing them away from public hospitals, public schools, from opening like businesses and stuff like that. I'm just wondering if the other people from other countries, the other citizens, they do the same to South Africans all over Africa. What would it be their situation if we do the same? Because it's worse, it's getting worse every day, and we are not talking about white South Africans. We are talking about black South Africans who are doing that to their fellow Africans. I mean, to us, including Congolese populations and Nigerians right now. They're trying to do the same, baiting all South Africans from their country. I hope this is not going to get worse. We don't want that in Africa. Please.
I think that it's an issue that we are all worried about because of the specific circumstances of South Africa. And it's most regrettable and most unfortunate. I think that the young people of South Africa do not know what happened before they gained their freedom. The whole of this continent stood behind South Africa. The whole of Africa stood behind South Africa to fight against apartheid. I remember all of us growing up as secondary school children, went on marches. We were part of the African Youth Command. We demonstrated, we boycotted classes and all that, all in the fight against apartheid. Indeed, for several of the countries where their citizens have been brutalized in South Africa, these are countries that were called frontline states that harbored the freedom fighters, of South Africa and gave them safe haven, gave them passports, to be able to avoid the clutches of the apartheid regime. And even Nigeria, even though not a neighbor of South Africa, was considered a frontline state because of the economic contribution that Nigeria did to the ANC to be able to liberate South Africa from apartheid. And so it is regrettable that the same people who fought against apartheid, are being attacked in this way. The pictures we've seen are very horrible. As ECOWAS, we've issued a statement condemning what is happening. The unfortunate thing is this is not the first time. It keeps flaring up. And so while we're condemning this incident, we must work with the South African government to ensure that this doesn't happen again.
Nigerians will never ever cease to amaze me.
Good afternoon. I'm not feeling happy and I'm very sad. I'm very, very sad. I sat down yesterday, I asked myself, don't we have a leader in Africa? Because this is African continent. And in this very African continent, the way they brutally black people in this very country is very bad. I was on the street yesterday, another guy saw me, he's a Nigerian guy. He said to me, I'm very sorry, I hear the uncle pass on. I said, thank you. He said, but my own is very bad. I said, what happened? He said, you know me with the 2 kids. He said, did you know they poisoned one of my child there at his school because he's a Nigerian?
When you look very closely, you see a person that is already complaining, a Nigerian in South Africa, talking to the South African president so that he would intervene in the way South Africans attend to Nigerians, because South Africans again are reacting violently towards Nigerians. I call it reacting because the truth is that anything you see South Africans do to Nigerians is a reaction, is a due reaction, a deserved reaction, because Nigerians are doing a lot. Nigerians are commanding a lot of hand towards them. Everything you see South Africans do to them, it is Nigerians that are attracting such, commanding such, instigating such. I'm telling you, I don't care what you say. The truth is that nobody that is reasonable would allow such kind of activity to be going on against him in his own place by a foreigner. I mean, when certain criminal activities are being purported, it could be managed if such criminal activities are being done by a citizen. But my goodness, when it's all about an activity being purported by a foreigner, I mean the gods, the guts. Now, this one had come to dare speak to the president of South Africa to intervene. Look at his mouth, saying he doesn't know why South Africa is not your home. Don't tactically make it the whole of Africa. It is not your home. Come back to Nigeria. All those tactics, South Africans need to press Nigerians the more. Do not listen to anybody. I'll tell you people for a fact. Let me tell you one thing you have to understand. Nigerians are very shrewded in nature. They would commit crime. They would commit crime behind the closet. You see, their activities ruin nations. Their activities ruin nations. But then they come out and they will start, professing peace, professing kindness, telling people, you people are violent. Why are you violent? What did Nigerians do to you people? Do not pay mind to such things. What these people do in the closet is worse than anything that the devil himself can do. I'm telling you people the truth. It is worse than anything the devil himself can do. So South Africans, do not relent at all. Do not relent at all. I'm telling you.
If you know yourself that you're not South African, please stand up. Please stand up. Please don't try and stand up right now. Stand up. Sister, are you South African? Are you South African? Because we are going to check everybody. Check them. Come forward. Please, if you're not South African, come with me. Come. Come with me. Come.
This is a South African man in the country of South Africa who is forcefully driving out foreigners from healthcare centers, clinics and hospitals that he believes should only serve locals, should only serve South African citizens. And he believes that they should go and pay for medication from private clinics. My question to this brother is this: are you also going to drive out the foreign doctors in that very clinic who are there to treat South Africans?
Yeah, but you can go to Unjani, block P there, or Mutila Hospital, go. Hey, fast. Because Zimbabwe, you run fast and go to the border. Hurry. Madam South African. If you know yourself what the people of South Africa, please stand up. ML. If you know yourself that you're not South African, all these nurses and doctors, they are here for South Africans. South Africa, please stand up. Don't try us. You run past the border.
South Africans have been complaining that foreigners are taking their jobs. Does that include doctors and healthcare professionals who save lives? Are you also going to kick out the doctor because he's from Kenya, because he's from Zimbabwe? Number two, companies that are foreign owned that provide employment to South Africans, are you going to chase them out of the country too? Spar is not from South Africa, but it provides jobs to South Africans. Are you going to kick them out too? McDonald's is not from South Africa. KFC is not from South Africa. Are you going to kick out the owners of those businesses because they are not South African? Now, I'm not saying that there's no healthcare crisis in SA. I don't know. But at the end of the day, whose fault is it really that there's a healthcare crisis? What efforts have you meted out to the government for them to put healthcare in order and make sure that resources are rightly distributed and managed for South Africans to benefit from them? Have you fought corruption the same way you're putting these foreigners' lives? Have you used the same energy to fight corruption that you've used to drive out these foreigners whose lives are on the line now that you've kicked them out of the hospital, who obviously don't have the money to go to private institutions? Do you want South Africans to be treated this same way when they go and work in America, go work in the UK, go work in Australia, or any other country in Africa? If the South African situation got worse and South Africans started looking for employment in other countries that will be doing better at that time, are you comfortable with this exact thing happening? Because you know that some countries like Nigeria, they are trigger happy. The moment this starts happening to their Nigerian brothers, there's going to be beef in Nigeria if there are any South Africans living there.
Guys, the situation is dire. The situation is very, very serious. And it's only getting worse. Alright, let's talk about it. As we can see, so people have come out in large numbers, right, to go seek for jobs. I mean, what else can you do? You send a CV, you get a reply 9 months later telling you regret to inform you. I mean, guys, we have a president, by the way. I mean, just think, maybe in your mind, you are the president right now. Now, you open the news on a fucking daily, there is some new systematic failure. Oh, every day you see something, oh fuck, so I failed here. Don't you have some sort of pride? I mean, for you to even get there, you have to have some sort of pride, right? Now, where has that pride gone, Ramaphosa? Where has that pride gone? I mean, bro, you are a billionaire, dog. You have done shit. You have done fuck all. I don't care if people come to my comments and be like, it's his businesses. I don't care, bruh. He's the president. You're supposed to be the most selfless person out of everyone in this nation. He has done nothing. Fuck all.
You know what the real problem is? People still think government is the answer. They think unemployment is a problem. It's not. Unemployment is a symptom. The disease is a lack of community-based cash flow. We can solve unemployment without government. But government is scared to fix it because solving unemployment means we stop consuming certain products made by certain groups that are not like you and me. It means producing our own. It means starting community-based food systems and businesses. If it's not us, we don't buy it. That will solve unemployment. Open your kitchen cabinet. Look at it. How much of what's in there actually supports your community? Your toothpaste, your roll-on, your cereals, your snacks. None of it comes from people who care about your neighborhood, your township, or your kids. Every rand you spend outside your community is a job stolen from your neighbor. Every imported product you buy feeds someone else's empire, not yours. That's why unemployment is permanent. That's why generational poverty thrives. Look at South Korea in the 1960s, Bafetu. They didn't wait for government handouts. Entire neighborhoods produced what they consumed, hired their own people, circulated money locally, and grew entire industries. Look at China, got in 1980s. Villages made their own food, built local factories, imported later. Jobs exploded because the money stayed home. Even Germany after World War I, local cooperatives, local food, local businesses, people bought from their own. Jobs stayed, communities thrived. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your unemployment benefits someone else. Every rand you spend outside your community is a job that could have been there. Every big chain chicken you buy instead of a local farmer's feeds someone else's empire. So if you want jobs, if you want opportunity, if you want a real change, stop being a consumer for others. Produce your own food. Buy from your own. Hire your own. Circulate cash in your community. Make your neighborhood a mini economy that doesn't rely on government pity. Your unemployment, not a government problem, not a national problem. It's yours to fix. Get up and fix it.
But you guys are in trouble. So Lesotho has threatened to invade South Africa. So my advice to you South Africans is that you should take this threat very serious, because Lesotho is gonna invade you and turn you into blankets. So you must start stockpiling, buy as much as food as you can, apply for passport and run to Zimbabwe, Mozambique, or whatever country that will accommodate you, because the Lesotho people are very dangerous and they're not playing games. They're gonna invade South Africa and things are gonna turn out bad. When I heard this, I was in a blanket. I was like, yeah. And people watch too much movies. Is this TikTok propaganda of Russia and Ukraine invasion, then Taiwan and China, and the next thing is Israel and Palestinians? Yeah, I think this movie is getting in some brains. How can a country like Lesotho invade South Africa? You don't want to see us quiet. Utota ka kobonya neng office la para dikobo intso office wa tonya la para dikobo office la para dikobo le betha South Africa bang le phela ka mo dikobong. It's so difficult to date as a Sotho person in winter, because whenever they go to toilet they have to take the blanket. But it's a culture kind of thing. Then they want to come and say, Kiri, yo, I don't have to mention Orenia on his own. can invade Lesotho or Renia. They can invade Lesotho. Were those people on drugs or on crack? Like, I don't understand. Why would you make a joke like that? It's not even funny. What are you? So ufutumala or hiti eo ile havisa to the point ya or iya bokong ya le tlhaga for you to say things like you want to invade South Africa. It doesn't matter what weapon you have. It doesn't matter what training you get in your blankets. I don't know if you're going to do military training in your blankets. And your blankets, I don't know, maybe your blankets are gonna protect you. They're gonna be a bulletproof. It doesn't matter who trains you in the world. You must never make a joke like that. You invade South Africa. Not even South Africa, I'll say Gauteng or Pretoria. I don't know, okay, Pretoria, Shosha, K-Flat. K-Flat can invade Lesotho and make it K-Flat too. You want to talk about South Africa? Why do we play so much in South Africa? I thought South Africa. When I heard about it, I'm like, what? Training for who? Shapaka ukapimo kaperenya ne hao wana perenya ne hao ya bola we are parisani kuba ki shapaka ukapimo ya robala invade South Africa kidilo manzo la tsewe kala ngodlala man South Africa South Africa can invade Lesotho just by marching. You see the way Abu EFF do la man. We got soldiers. Good morning, commanders. We don't have to deploy SANDF. We just deploy the Dula. The Dula will deal with you. We got 2 military in this. We have 3 kind of military in South Africa. Serious Special Forces. It's SANDF. We got the Dula operation. Good morning, commanders. Then we got MK. Good morning, commanders. Whenever you think you can stop these special forces, we don't have to deploy SANDF, Baba. The Dula is enough for MK. Kijima. Some Alliance. Shoot to kill. Shoot Lesotho. You are done. You are done. Those Zulus come with their spirits. Oh, Gwaza. I'm going to Gwaza. You are dead. Ha, finito. Totamo tswadi pa tsuro fisa gidi kubo ikubonyana tsa hit if utumarize like if isabo konyana ba uxobulela nonsense or to invade South Africa. South Africa go guy. Can South Africa just take over Lesotho? We won't even call it invasion. It's taking over. Give someone like Julius, man. That's the only guy that has the balls. Give him a chance. That 5 years. I follow say Barking Khoshinyana Elego Swaziland. Take him down. At Lesotho. I follow say give President Yonai way. I go Botswana and just make it one. We don't need things like toilets, RDP size country like Swaziland, Lesotho, Botswana, Namibia in South Africa. When we are done with that, we go to Zim because everybody is here in South Africa. They are not in Zim. We go there, follow sa. If let's have a president there, Kobo Zimbabwe in any case. So not Kobonya as a president dollars follow sa. Right there, Zimbabwe, Riviza Brastiv province. We are one. We take over. The economy is expanded and then we are big. Then we are one. Simple as that. Hey, Lesotho, please try invading South Africa. We want to see that movie. Please, 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 please. We begging you to please make that kind of joke. It's going to be a very funny joke. Yes.
Okay, if you're living in South Africa, you need to know these legal facts. These are things you should know. And I don't know why there's not more information out there for you guys, because you're not a lawyer. Apparently you don't know these things that are true and can be damaging to you in the long run. Number 1, if you get married and you do not have an antenuptial contract, so Americans call them prenups, you're married in community of property. In community of property means that if one of you has debt, the creditors can collect from you for that outstanding amount if you're married. Also, when you get divorced, you split the estate, which makes a difference in the long run. But honestly, even happy couples, I am happily married and I have an antenuptial contract, you should get one. So if you hear of somebody getting married, please tell them. They are expensive, unfortunately, that's what they are. We have to register them. But they're important pieces of paper because they protect you against creditors. So that's number one. Number two, please have a will. Don't think that things are going to be fine if you don't have a will, especially if you have kids under the age of 18. Hear me out. So you have a child that's under the age of 18, right? And you say you don't have a will. Okay? You don't have a will, and you then die, and your provident fund pays out to your estate. And you've died without a will, so it goes intestate, so your children inherit because you're not married, and for whatever reason, your children inherit, okay? That money goes into the Guardians Fund, which is a government-administrated trust. So that means that they get paid by the government. Now, I know all of you can see why that would be problematic in our country, because money goes missing lots, so it's not going to be great. So get a will. I have a DIY will pack. Just send me an email and I will send it to you. Please just fill it in, put your name down, and have a will. You need a will. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a series of this, and we're going to go through some of the legal facts that I feel like everybody in South Africa should know, not just people going through divorce or claiming maintenance or anything. These are things that you should know for like general knowledge, for the future, for your kids, for everything. So I'm going to make a series out of this because I realized today, talking to some people at Home Affairs when I did my exam for my marriage, to become a marriage officer, that most people don't know these things. And it's really, really important that you do.
Figure passport. Itima. You know what, Bali? One saga and passport.
Guys, there's no way you can consider people from Lesotho as foreign nationals in South Africa. That's a country in a country. We were not there, we did not exist during history. But come on. Yes, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique, Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, those are foreign nationals. Mara Lesotho, these people deserve to be documented with South African ID. These people are South Africans, man. That's why one day I so wish that we can have a fearless leader that will just go follow say Imam President Yago Lesotho, go to Botswana Baba follow say, and go to Swaziland Baba follow say Khoshinyana. Those are province of South Africa, man. They must be South Africa. Those people are not foreigners, man. You guys, like, you are one. It's like I don't know. They're more than neighbors, man. I don't know. How should I even call them or categorize them? They are in South Africa. You can't keep them out of South Africa because they are literally in South Africa. For me to travel from South Africa to another South Africa, so-called Lesotho, Botswana, Swaziland, all I need is a taxi. So it's gonna take me days to arrive there, man. Like where I stay to go to Swaziland, 4 hours, I'm there, man. 4 hours, I'm there. Hey, I'm on to a border, I will get fence, man. These things must be removed, man. Just make Lesotho, Swaziland, Botswana one. It must just be Azania or South Africa at once. You can't consider Lesotho people as foreign nationals where they must walk around with passports. Man, if I'm but valid ID, man, those people are South Africans, man. Doesn't even make sense, actually. If South Africa was America, China, Russia, or what, Lesotho wouldn't exist as a country. Swaziland wouldn't exist as a country. Botswana wouldn't exist as a country, including Namibia. This thing would have been one, once and for all. This is nonsense, man. Because if it's a Lesotho country, country kara country. Guys, we need someone brave who can just take a stand and make Lesotho, Botswana, Swaziland one thing, man. You cannot be calling someone from Lesotho a foreign national, man. Anyway, it's politics. What can you do? They control, they run, but power come from you guys. It come from you and me. That's where the power come. However, it's a long way. We need a brave person that will just bring solutions.
Malema, don't ever call us fellow South Africans ever again. Don't ever call us fellow South Africans. Whenever you address fellow South Africans and you say EFF, no, address the EFF members. We are not fellow South. When you are not a fellow, you are not fellow South African, South Africanish. Or somebody needs to tell you that especially about South Africa, don't ever call us fellow South Africans like the way we address on your public broadcasting more after one nonsense. We know the history of Mabokobok. When and then the next thing, kana kwa ritabileng glema Africa borare kopane ka this thing ka Springbok win when out to an opportunity. Ya rugwe nonsense. Don't ever call us fellow South Africans, because once again, Malema, you come and talk nonsense there in a platform yako Kenya and say that South Africans have declared war. A whole opposition party leader says South Africans have declared war on foreign nationals. A war. Words have got a meaning. You are careless with the way you speak. You just speak anyhow. You are just careless. That the way Uganda came. And yet you expect to be the president of this country. You are careless. And then you say that a foreign national here, illegal foreign national is not illegal here. By what African law? Hey, this country is not run by African law. We've got a constitution. We are about to vote next year for a new government. And when you are a parliamentarian based on those constitutions and laws, someone in South Africa, how can that work by what African law? Why not call my South Africa? You are not fellow, You are not fellow.